So I didn't realize how wonderful Palo Santo and lavender, dried lavender smell. I'm gonna pour me some water in my cup and we're gonna talk. You know, for a while I have been thinking, and when I say a while, I will say within this year and last year. Excuse the go. Within this year and last year, I was always thinking, I wonder, are people truly supposed to be like getting together romantically in these relationships? And if so, why are they all ending the same way, just with different people? It's the same cycles, same patterns. Yes, I'm speaking from experience with myself, but also with other people. Like, obviously, I'm not talking about every single person. I'm never talking about all, but I am talking about majority of romantic relationships and how they all seem to fail one way or another. I was at a point in my life where I'm like, do I even want to do this? Like, do I even want to be with someone in this way again, romantically and sexually and intimately? Or do I just want to not do it? To give you a little background about me, ever since high school, I had my first boyfriend in the 9th grade. From that point on, I was always in a relationship. Obviously not with the same person, but just throughout high school, I was always in a relationship. I never had time to myself. I never was not in a relationship because I've always wanted to be loved. And back then, of course, I didn't know what loving myself was. I didn't know what that looked like. I didn't even know that that was a possibility. All I knew is that I wanted someone to love me, care about me, just hug me and be there for me. I didn't know what loving myself was back then. I was a kid. I didn't know, Yeah, but just get back to what I was saying a little bit earlier. I don't want to do it anymore because it just seems like they all fail. Now we don't know what's going on with people's relationship, but from the outside looking in, we see a lot of successful relationships that are romantic. We see a lot of successful marriages from the outside looking in. No one is perfect. I am not looking for perfection or talking about someone being perfect, but I am talking about true and pure love that is real. And I know now that really comes from already having that pure, genuine love for yourself and already being whole with yourself. In my opinion, I feel a lot of romantic relationships fail because people come together not whole, like they're not whole already before they get with someone else, which is why you always hear, I want to meet my other half. I want to meet someone who will complete me. And if you think about it, truly dissect that and unpack that, it's like they're not already loving themselves. They're not valuing themselves first and foremost and always. I also know that things come to an end. Everything is temporary. And sometimes we go through things in order to know more about ourselves, to learn more about ourselves, to figure out what it is that we want or don't want, what it is that we deserve and don't deserve. So I do know that is also a part of the journey. I know that they are lessons, not necessarily failures, but lessons learned. So I also wanted to say that as well because that's also a part of it. Most people are not even in love, but they are just attached to people, regardless if it's sexually, mentally, however they may be attached, but it's not even real love. It's just attachment. And that's super, super scary that we get these things confused. We get lust and love confused. We get attachment and connection confused. It's just super scary to get to the root of it. I feel like, and I know for a fact for myself, me loving myself, truly loving myself, not talking about getting my nails did and my hair done or taking a walk through the park, even though taking a walk through the park is beautiful. Love it. But just truly every day, daily acts of me loving myself, practicing self-love, building myself, my confidence up, building that worth up and that value that I already have within me. Just knowing that I need to remember that it's always there. The love that I used to seek from people when I always wanted to be in a relationship, it was already in me, but I just didn't know when I was already love myself. So that's why I feel like a lot of relationships do fail, because we're not truly loving ourselves already before we even add someone to us. And that's exactly what it's supposed to be. An add-on, a plus one, not another half, but me being whole and that person being whole. And then if we want to share experiences and we want to come together on this journey, we can, and we will already be whole. Wholeness, the state of forming a complete and harmonious whole. Unity, the quality of being or feeling complete, unbroken completeness with nothing lacking. A way of being in the world that involves a life-affirming view of oneself. And to give a little bit more clarity, I am speaking on internal wholeness, internal love, internal peace within you, within your being. Not what is of this world, not the matrix, but you. There will be no filling a void, because my void is already fulfilled. I am already fulfilled, and they are just adding on. So if they were to walk away, I will still be whole. Even if I'm hurt, I will still be whole and not feel emptiness or not feel like I lost a part of me, because I am whole with me. and I'm 29 years old, and I'm grateful that I've learned this, and I really wish I would have been learned this long time ago. I would have avoided so much hurt and pain, but it's okay. I'm learning, and I've learned that lesson, even if it was painful to learn. I'm grateful that I am now here to know that romantic relationships are not for me. Do I want to still continue to show love and be open to love? Of course. But to be fully invested into another human being in that way, in a romantic way, I'm not for it. I'm not for it. Like I said in one of my other videos, I don't care to be a wife. I don't care to be in a romantic relationship. And again, I will say this. My mind may change on that. My mind may change on the romantic relationship. I don't know. But as of now, in this moment, in this era of my life, my focus is to love Rhonda, is to love me, is to focus and pour everything that I thought I was missing and everything that I wanted from another person and everything that I yearned for and begged for. Literally degraded myself trying to make someone be there and love me, to be there and love myself. No relationship will work out if I'm not truly loving myself and knowing what that looks like and feels like. For me to feel confidence, for me to walk with my head held high, and to not feel like I don't have anything because I don't have a partner, a romantic partner, or because I don't have a husband. I am fulfilled with me alone. I don't need a child to be fulfilled. I don't need a husband to be fulfilled. I don't need all the money in the world to be fulfilled. I am whole and fulfilled with me. And to come to this realization is so freeing, and I feel relief. I feel relief knowing that I was always here. I was always here, and everything that I needed was always inside of me. And I know that we hear that a lot, and sometimes it sounds all cliche and cheesy, but it's so true. How can I even know what true love looks like if I never showed that to myself? How can I truly even know what it looks like and it feels like? A lot of us don't even know what it looks like and feels like, because we're only going off of what other people relationships look like, from celebrities to influencers to people you know, and just how traditional modern day relationships and dating looks like. We think that is the way to be. It may be for some, but it is not for all. And me, I am opting out. I cannot. I just can't do it anymore. I know the road that it led me down, and people will say, well, you just haven't met the right person, and you just haven't came across the man for you, blah, blah, blah. First, I have to be for me. Let's get that straight. I have to be for me. I have to show up for me. And then let's just hypothetically say if a man walked into my life and he's, let's say, a twin flame, because I definitely feel like those do exist, soulmates and twin flames. However, it doesn't have to be romantic though, you know, like it doesn't have to, I don't have to be sexual with this person. It doesn't have to be lustful. I know me, if I'm sexual with someone, romantically, of course, sexual with someone, I'm going to get attached to them. That comes with it, to be attached to someone, and not just for physical sexual reasons, but also emotionally too. I cling to that type of thing. I cling to that, and I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to be clingy. I don't want to be attached. I don't want to feel like if a person walks out my life, I don't want to feel distraught. I don't want to feel empty or hurt or like I can't move or stagnant because I'm just so depressed or hurt. I don't want to feel that anymore. I don't ever want to feel that again. And I know to never feel that again, I must be whole with myself. I must put myself first. I must focus on me and not worry about society and if I have a husband or not. I'm only focused on community, tribe, soul family, and being in unity with people who connect with me and who love me. One second. Okay. But yes, being in community with people who love me and I love them and we pour into one another. But again, it does not always have to be romantic. And to speak about that too, because I saw this comment once on this child-free video, because y'all love watching child-free content just to see different people's perspectives, whether they agree or disagree. But the comment basically was talking about how regardless if a person wants to have a child or not, it should not matter to anyone else. And that we should really focus more so on building platonic relationships and building that tribe of people, that village. I feel like everyone should have a village of people, regardless if you are child free or not, regardless if you are in a romantic relationship or not, that a village is needed, in my opinion, for everyone. We all need to share responsibility. Everything shouldn't be on one person. You know what I'm saying? Like just pouring into your tribe of people, you know, your family, your soul family. Society and everyone only focus on romantic relationships. They only put emphasis on romantic relationships. It's always about romantic this, marriage that. I'm not hating off of that at all. Please don't get that wrong. But what I'm saying is we can also put the same amount of energy onto platonic relationships. Why not? They are just as important as romantic relationships are. For me, I feel more fulfilled having a platonic relationship, having friendships and talking to my family, whether they actually like blood or not blood. Just being around like-minded people. To be honest, the only difference between romantic and platonic relationships, in my opinion, is sex. Everything else is the same. You can have an intimate relationship or affectionate relationship platonically. I'm done, y'all. I'm really done with playing this game. I'm done playing the game. I'm done. I really am done. But all in all, the main point of this video was to share my thoughts on how I feel, how I felt, how I feel, and where I am right now in my life, and my view on romantic relationships and platonic relationships and being in a tribe of people where we share responsibility. We can have ease when we come together as one, as connected community. What has brought me to this? Of course, pain, but also enlightenment. I feel like it's a balance between the pain and the enlightenment and knowing who I am, what I deserve, what I want, what I will have, and who I'm choosing to be and embody. So that is who I am and where I am right now. And I just wanted to share that. And this is editing me. I also wanted to add in that even though sometimes people have pain or hurt within them, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes with pain comes growth, comes realization, comes enlightenment, and just knowing who you are. So I just wanted to add that as well. It's not always about being bitter or angry, but it's just knowing who you are. It's important to know that it's okay to not go with the normal ways that society is going. It's okay to go the other way. It's okay to be who you want to be and do what's best for you. And that you are enough with you. And you are enough with friends. You are enough with platonic relationships. You are enough with where you are. You are enough, period. Without having all these other things. Because most of these other things be distractions anyway, to be honest. A lot of the times. Yes, there are some great people in this world. And there are some people who are with good romantic, that are healthy romantic relationships. Those do exist. I'm not saying that they don't. But what I know for me is, and what I have experienced, and what I see other people and what they experience, I'm good on that. I'm good on that. So, yeah. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Again, I really appreciate you. Catch me in my next video. I don't know what I'm going to be talking about. Because honestly, what I do is I don't, and I probably should do this so I can plan out my videos, but I really just be thinking about something and then I'll be like, okay, I'm going to make a video about that. Or I'll read something like I had read that comment and I was like, I need to talk about that. Because that is important. And we do need to shed light on, having a village of people. But before I go, I do want to say this because I want to get this clear because it just came to my mind. When I say having a village is important and it is needed, and also to knowing that you are whole by yourself, what I mean is just that. It is needed, but at the end of the day, you are still whole by yourself, even if you don't have that. I feel like once we are whole within ourselves and know who we are and know what we want and what we deserve, that tribe will naturally appear. That tribe will naturally surround itself or will naturally present their self. So you don't have to force nothing is what I'm saying. You don't have to force nothing. You don't have to beg nobody. You don't have to go out and search for people to love you. Love you. And those people will come and naturally surround you with love. And that's what I mean. And that's what I'm saying. So I'm going to end it there and conclude here. Thank you so much for watching me and listening to me. It really means a lot to me. Seriously. I love to talk. I love to express. I love to be emotional. I love to be sensitive. I love that about me. And I will remain that. So see you in my next one.